Good morning. I hope you are doing well on this beautiful Tuesday morning. The sun is shining where I am. I hope it's shining where you are as well. So I wanted to come this morning and talk to you about, things that you should consider before you hire your next agency. Because when we're often talking about what we do at the Launch Strategist, people don't often realize that there's a third way that we kind of specialize in. They kind of think that, for what they want to do when they want to launch, either, relying solely on their in-house teams or, relying on hiring a new marketing agency is the only option. And there is a third way. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So let me start by saying agencies are phenomenal. I've worked with a lot of great agencies, and sometimes they are invaluable. And also, in house teams, big fan of. Um, a lot of them are incredible. So, both options are great. So, let's just get that out the way to begin with. But sometimes it's not that an option is either right or wrong, bad or good. It's about fit. And there are some times where, you can have a great agency and you can have a great team, but somehow, in order to launch to that next level of growth, you need more than your team can provide, not because they're not good, but just because you need something more. And for an agency, they could be great, but sometimes they're too far removed. And I'm going to give you an example of that. So, many moons ago, it seems like back in 2011, I began a role as head of UK marketing for One on One Internet, one of the biggest domain name registrars and hosting companies in the world. And we had very good, healthy marketing budgets. We had regular marketing agencies that we would work with, regular media buying companies that we worked with, and I led a great team. Call me biased, but my team was great, right? But whenever we launch something, we would all often look for a new agency. And it wasn't because my team wasn't good, it wasn't because our existing agencies weren't good, but we were aware that we needed something extra, an extra dose of creativity, an extra dose of something to move into that next level of growth and to add something to that launch. However, sometimes an agency would come and they would come with a great campaign idea, but it just wouldn't be right. It would be like, you don't get the essence of the company. As great as you are, as great as this idea is, you don't get the essence of this company, the culture of the company, the values. There's something missing here that you are not getting as an agency. And it's not necessarily a criticism of the agency, it's just a fact. Equally, as an in house team, we were great. We produced great campaigns. But sometimes we needed an outside perspective, but someone that wasn't so far away that the ideas wouldn't fit, but also understood us. And because oftentimes companies can't find that, they opt with an agency or they expand their existing team. And I want to kind of tell you that there's a third way and to give you three questions to think about before you hire an agency or before you expand your team, because the third way may be right for you as an organization if you are launching into that next level of growth. So the first question, before I go into that, for those of you who don't already know me, my name is Katrina Douglas. I am the owner and founder of The Launch Strategist, and we help organizations launch into their next level of growth, whether that's starting up and getting out of the gate and trying to attract funding, whether that's growing to their next level of growth, which could be launch of a new service, launch of a new product, expansion internationally, or whether that's preparing to exit. So you have a very successful business and now you want to prepare your organization for an exit. So we help organizations launch legacy and get to their next level of growth. So that's who I am. So how these lives typically work, I always say it's the one time where anyone can pick my brain for free. So feel free to drop any questions, any comments in the comment box. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what line of business you're in. Yeah, don't be shy. So back to what I was saying. I wanted to share three questions to ask yourself before you hire your next agency for your organization. So the first thing is, do you actually need marketing create, or not actually need, or do you just need marketing and creativity, or do you need something else? Because in a launch, yes, marketing and creativity is good, but sometimes you'll need more than that. Sometimes at the core, is it that you need a change in process? Is it that you need to look at your product offering? Is it that you need to look at your positioning? Is it just marketing and creativity that you need? Or do you need something more than that? Because sometimes, again, organizations need more than marketing. You need more than a pretty campaign. You need more than social media. You need more than that stuff. But actually, because you don't know where to find that and you can't quite put your finger on what it is that you do need, often you can opt for a marketing agency, but which can work. But like I said, there's another option. So ask yourself that question first of all. Is it just marketing that you need, or do you need something fundamentally more, like processes and looking at your products and things like that? So that's the first question you should ask yourself. The next thing you need to ask yourself is, do you just need a campaign, a marketing campaign, to launch, which is important, or do you actually want to empower your team to actually be able to, make some changes in the way that you launch going forward, in the way that you run campaigns going forward? Because the thing about a campaign is it's great, but it's short term, and it's just about getting you out the gate. And then after that campaign ends, then what? You have to launch another campaign, and you have to continue to use the agency, or which is fine, which could be perfect for you. But the question is that fundamentally what you need, or do you need your team to be empowered and equipped so that they can continue to launch these campaigns moving forward? They can continue to drive marketing moving forward. They can continue to, take your business to the next level after that campaign ends. So that's the second question. And the third question is, do you need the third option? Do you need the third option? So are you one of those companies that I spoke about at the beginning where you're like, you know what? I need to launch this thing. We need to take the business to the next level. I'm looking at agencies because that makes sense. But ideally, I know that actually an agency is maybe too far removed. An agency isn't quite right, or I need something else, but I can't find it. Do you need that third option, which is an option where it's not your team, but they work very closely with your team. They embed yourself in the business and work in partnership with your team, but they're farther removed than your team. So, which means that they have an outside perspective and can bring creativity and ideas that your team may not have, not because they're not good, but because they're too entrenched in the day to day. So, do you need that third option? And what I wanted to tell you is that third option does exist. And that third option is kind of what we've built the launch strategist around. We're not an agency, we're not an in-house team. We kind of sit in between and we bridge a gap whilst you're navigating that launch and taking your business to the next level. So typically, we would either replace an additional agency. So a company would hire us instead of a traditional marketing agency. We embed ourselves in the business for a given period of time and we work alongside the marketing team. Or the second option is we work with the agency and with your in-house team. There is a Bible verse which pretty much illustrates the strength of this. And it says, one may be overpowered, two can defend itself, but a three-chord strand isn't easily broken. And so it's that three-chord strand of having an agency, an in-house team, and a launch strategist, which works quite well. So those are the kind of the two options that we use, either as a replace the two options that we kind of where we fit. And I say this because a lot of times we're still in this space of educating the market on what we actually do as launch strategists, who we are, where we fit. And so part of this is about illustrating, and asking the question, helping you answer the question, is a launch strategist a good fit for you? Or is it a marketing agency? Or is it just building your in-house team? Because there are options. And so it's really just highlighting where we potentially fit, and giving you some options and some questions to think about. So I hope you found that useful. I hope that's food for thought. And if you're thinking, do you know what, that third option sounds like something we may want to discuss or think about, or, hear more about, then definitely do let me know. Either direct message me, drop a comment below, and we'll always get back to you. But I really just wanted to give you food for thought, and challenge you to ask yourself those three questions. And just to recap what those questions are, do you need a campaign, or do you need just marketing and creativity, or do you need something more than that? Do you need help with processes, product pricing, those sorts of things? I say that because our launch process is more than marketing. I've been a marketer for 15 years, chartered for more than a decade. Marketing is core to what we do, but there's more to launching than just marketing, which is why everything we do is based on the 6Ps: purpose, product, people, processes, promotion, and profit, because there's more to launch into your next level of growth than marketing. So is it just marketing and creativity that you need, or do you need something more? Do you need, what is the next question? So do you need a campaign, or do you need your team to be empowered? Do you just need a campaign that gets you out of the gate, or do you need your team to be empowered and equipped? Because when we go into an organization, we actually equip your team. We train them in our framework. So even after we leave, typically after a 6 to 24-month period, your team is strengthened, empowered, and equipped to take your business to the next level, even when we're gone. And the third option is, do you need a third way? Are you feeling like an agency isn't quite right? Your team is great, but you need something more. And if that's the case, definitely do consider us. So any questions, let me know. I hope you have a phenomenal day. Please do not hesitate to get in touch if you want to know more about what we do and how we can help you. And I hope you have a glorious day. And yeah, no doubt I will be live with you again in the not too distant future. You are more than welcome, Petula. I can see that. Yeah, thank you for that feedback on Facebook. For those of you that don't know, we're streaming simultaneously on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And so I can see a comment here from Petula. You're more than welcome, Petula. Thank you for chiming in and tuning in this morning. Have a phenomenal day. Have a great day, and speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.